Heroes Rush Hour with our special guest, Dan Gomez, tonight. Dan,
Hey! I'm
Hello,
the special
everybody.
guest. Welcome to me. Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad that I'm here. You're welcome. Hey, how's it
It's
going?
an honor to breathe the same virtual air as greatness.
That's right.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Just
soak
breathe
it in.
up, and I'll suck it up from up here.
Yes,
It'll be perfect.
suck in
yes.
my air.
Suck in the airs.
Inhale my exhale, whatever. I don't know. Hey, welcome, Ben Counter. Hey, Ben, how's it going, man?
Hello there. It's going pretty well. It's late here, but I'm full of Monster and I'm ready to rock.
Yes. He's chock full of Monster. We've been watching him chug Monster for the last 15 or 20 minutes.
He's
We're trying to get
fine.
him to slow down. He said some mean shit about me behind the scenes. We don't need to really bring it up, but
He
he's
can
like,
do that.
Live fast, die young.
It's right. He's like, you can't stop me, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I'm too late for Club 27, but
Right, I can't die young anymore. I'm committed
Yeah,
now.
now you're
Biggest
officially
monster
old.
I can. You're right.
I said I'm committed now. I'm committed
There's
to
no
life.
going back. Yeah.
I'm committed to
This is it,
existing
baby.
now, I guess.
This is it.
Existence. What is it all about? Hey, everybody in chat. We appreciate you folks showing up. And, we got a lot of people in chat already.
We
I'll
do.
give you guys a quick little shout out here. Who's in chat? Bunny Revenger, E Campfire, L Fire Spray, Enigma Pena, Hephaestus07, Oprah Smash, Percival429, Redbearded85, Sophie Wiley, Spasgar20, Susaroos3, Noob Painter, they call him Ben. Hey, Tool of Paranoia and Zycosis, all in the chat so far. I'm sure we'll get more
Welcome,
people.
friends, old and new.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, mom. Tell them to come to the stream.
tell your mothers and your sisters and
Yeah.
your sisters' friends.
And your brothers. L Fire Spray, hello. So let's talk about this. Ben, you mentioned something on Twitter the other day, like a week or two ago, saying there should really be some kind of cool, competitive, minute speed painting sort of show, kind of like Iron Chef sort of situation. And I was like, I got this. And I was very excited.
It turns out there was.
I was very excited. I was like, man, that's a thing we do. You should come check us out. And then you actually
72
checked us
hours
out.
later, you're on that show.
Checked
This
us
is
out
it.
the next day, and it was a whole thing, and so we're very excited about it. Alejo Salamanca says, hello. Bunny Ranger says, dang, y'all got Dan. That's right. They paid me a lot to
Dan
be
is
here. They're getting their money's
Well,
worth.
Let's not undermine it. Dan's not the real guest here.
I'm
Dan's not
not.
the guest.
You
It's like when Mixer got Ninja.
Like, yeah, they're just like, whoever pays me
You
the
got to
most,
have
I'll
a killer
show up.
app.
You have to. You need it.
I'll show up. So,
Um,
Ben, do the thing,
Ben.
Andrew. Yeah.
Well, you want to do it together? Let's do it together.
Okay.
Ben. Ready? Okay, ready? Okay, go.
Go.
Ben!
Ben, who are you?
Ben,
What do you do?
Tell us,
What's
what
your
are
name?
you? Who is you?
Good
Why are
evening,
you here,
everybody.
Ben?
I am Ben Counter, freelance writer and wealthy gadabout. I write stuff. I used to write books for Games Workshop, including the Grey Knights series and the Soul Drinkers series, and also a couple of Horus Heresy books. I'm currently writing a bunch of podcasts and video game stuff I'm not allowed to tell you about, but I've written a stack of podcasts.
Oh, we lost your face cam, but keep going, I'll fix it.
Not visible, unknown
We can still hear you. We can still hear you.
So I've written two series of a podcast called Out of Place, which is a dark alternative history podcast, and then most recently I wrote series 4 of the SCP Archives podcast. So if you like the SCP project, if you like science fiction horror, if you like analog horror, all of that really cool grungy punky horror stuff, check out those two things. Season 4 of the SCP Archives is a 12-episode series about one specific SCP, which has influenced a particular area over many, many years.
And that's a collaborative writing thing, right?
The SCP Archive is collaborative writing. The podcast series is all me.
It's all you, baby.
Also, out
it
of
better be
place.
good.
Out of Place is mostly performed by me, and then I turn up a couple of times in the SCP podcast, and I die, I think, every time.
Nice.
So you can hear me.
How can they
die.
find that podcast? It's just SCP and it'll pop up.
SCP Archives, and you'll find it, and Out of Place, and you'll find it. SCP_pod is their Twitter, I think.
Very cool.
We
what
have
happened to the
people in
camera
chat.
here?
Yeah, so people in chat are asking if you're in witness
Let's have a look.
protection. We will not deny or confirm that. It looks like
Hang
his
on.
phone camera just needs to simply be activated. It might have gone to sleep or something.
Yeah.
He
We'll
will
figure it
be
out.
right back. He's here. It was working fine right until we went live. Of course.
What is
that's
what's today? Today's Tuesday, right? Is today Tuesday? I have no idea what day it is anymore.
It's Wednesday where Ben is. It's Tuesday where we are.
So let's talk about everybody's weekend in the chat. I want to hear what you got up to this weekend. If you're paying attention to anything that I do on social media at the Lonely Havoc on Twitter and Instagram, you'll see that I was at my local game store painting and building a shit ton of terrain. a lot of terrain. So they have a lot of these. I think it's Pegasus Games is the company that makes those the walls and things like that, and they have a ton of them. So we had built like all these sort of L-shaped walls, and we're kind of like. We had them just on the table, and like people kept moving them and stuff, and like moving them to the side. It's like, okay, that's not what we're doing here. So we got a bunch of 12x12 MDF bases, painted all these things, glued them on there, built up like these whole tiles that you just put on the table. That's a 12x12, area terrain, and we made like 22 of these things, like maybe 24. Like
it was a lot. It was like several tables.
It was 3 tables full. We went fucking ham on it, dude. Like just all day spray painting.
I'm intrigued by it. Like it looks so good for what I think is minimal effort. You thin down oil paint, right?
Yeah.
With spirits
oil wash. Yeah, oil wash.
Oil wash. You put it all over.
You put it all over.
Did you let it dry fully and then wipe it with spirits?
Yeah.
Or
let's talk about the oil wash. The oil wash.
Walk us through the process.
The oil wash is you get you some lamp black oil paint or any dark color really. You can do it with any color, but I always do it with black. And then you add the mineral spirits to it, and you kind of make a wash out of it. You basically spray.
Mute it! Ah! No, guys. We're good. Yes, we're good.
Oh, love it.
Ben's back. Say hi to new people if you're just seeing Ben
for
the first time. There he is.
You spray.
Author, podcaster.
You pick out some details. You throw the wash all over it. You let it dry completely, and it's going to have like this sort of like black, oily haze over it. And then you get.
How long did that take to dry, though? Oil paint notoriously takes forever to dry.
Well, with the mineral spirits added to it to thin it out, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take long for it at all. You get a paper towel and you put mineral spirits, just clean on it, and then you just like wipe it down.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly messy process, but all the raised areas sort of get wiped down, and then I'm sorry, before you do the oil wash, you absolutely have to seal it first with a clear sealer, and if you don't, you'll just like take the paint right off, and you'll just have gray plastic. Sometimes if you're rubbing too much, it takes it right down to the gray plastic anyway. But that's a fairly quick process. I think we got everything sprayed, details. Are sealed and oil washed in about 4 hours, and that was a lot of stuff.
And that was a lot. Yeah, that was many tables worth of terrain.
And there was 5 of us working on it. Actually, Spazgar20 is in the chat right now. He was there helping me. Like he got there like early, and we were just like building stuff.
You had a team of dudes helping you. I saw like 6 or 7 guys helping.
Yeah, we had like 5 folks, and then we had some folks that came out later on because some of them had to leave. And we just got the work done, bro. We just got it done. We glued them down. We had like all those like barrels and like ammo crates that you get from like Kill Team and stuff. So we made sure we painted those up, put a couple of details on them. So we'd glue down the walls on either side or one wall or whatever, and then we glue all these little crates and scatters, just kind of make it interesting. I found like ladders.
I gotta say though, my favorite out of all it wasn't the buildings. It was the Stompa.
The Stompa, yeah. We found that Stompa in like a box because they have all the tables built, and underneath the tables they just have chock full of like terrain and models and like random stuff, right? So we pull it out and we're like, oh yeah, the Stompa has been here for like 3 years or something, unpainted, broken. And I was like, well, we're making this into terrain, dude. So we painted it in oil wash. And
giant wreck Stompa.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah. And somebody already used it. Like he sent me a picture. He's like, this new terrain's awesome. The Stompa's like right in the middle of the table.
Perfect.
Rat Pace says he's here for the gangbang. You're in the right spot, Ben.
You're in the right spot.
It's your turn
Ben, we haven't told you about the whole show. We do speed paint a little bit, but there is a part 2.
There's a gangbang element that you didn't know about.
Any holes a go.
Any and all holes. Anyway,
looks like we got the camera working. Yeah,
everything's good. Yes,
everything
the
is
revolution
awesome.
will be televised.
That's right. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I see Campfire calling us nerds. Bunny Render says the terrain looks so good when y'all were done. Thank you. Spazgar says we made all of them. Painting toys, says Noob Painter. CJ, sup? Dan was huffing mineral spirits all weekend, dude. It was so windy out there. We were spraying the spray onto the gray plastic.
Going everywhere.
We're like, I kept spraying myself in the eyes, and yeah, we were all messed up. Circus 36 is in the house. What's up, Circus 36? So yeah, it was a whole day. I was there from when it opened at 10 till 8 o'clock when they closed, still gluing stuff to boards, and like we kept finding just boards that had
It was a
like,
marathon. You got it done.
There was like boards that had 1 or 2 pieces of stuff stuck on them that was broken. So we're like, all right, let's break it all the way off. Let's add some more stuff. Let's refinish it. Let's reutilize these boards and stuff. So yeah, we were working hard.
So let's transition from several hours of painting terrain to
One
Ben
hour.
Counter using 1 hour to paint what? What did you bring to paint tonight?
All right, I brought Count Dooku from Star Wars Legion. There are 2
Excellent.
reasons for this. The first was that I've got an embryonic Serb separatist army, because I like the idea of having a legion of robot idiots as my army, and your basic troops in that are the B1 battle droids, so the Roger ones, and they're just and in the game they're morons as well. Like you had to get if you don't give them orders, just walk slowly forward and die. And I like Count Dooku. He's one of the few notes of class in the prequel trilogy.
Class.
Because Christopher Lee is the only person who can say my Jedi skills are far superior to yours, and it actually work. No one else has the gravitas to say something that utterly Lucas-esque. My Jedi skills are far superior to yours. Yeah, he's cool. And another reason is that he's not that complicated a model, so I thought he was probably quite a good choice to bring in for a speed paint.
I regret doing what I did now. I should have Chewbacca or something. I don't know. So, of course, in honor of you, Ben, who wrote all these books on the Imperial Fist, which is, of course, my Legion of choice, my chapter choice, got a whole army right over here of them. I decided to quickly...
Dawn should have been the War Master. Should have been Dawn.
It absolutely should have been Dawn in a
hashtag
world,
it should have
he wasn't.
Dawn.
Make it happen. It should have happened. So to commemorate Maladrax, one of my favorite books about the Imperial Fist, which you, of course, wrote.
I'm so glad they let me leave the pervy demon old lady in there.
Oh, it's great.
She's so
disgusting.
awesome.
The whole book is great. It's great. It's an awesome book. If you haven't read Maladrax, buy it and thank this guy down here. It's an awesome book.
I get like 30p for every copy, so go and buy it.
Go buy a bunch
several.
of them.
Yes. So I kidbatched a Lysander, a Primaris version of Lysander, Darnath Lysander, the first company captain of the Imperial Fist, and I had an old one for the old model. It was kind of dinky, and I need a Primaris version.
He's been around forever. There was a regular tactical marine version of him, and then he got bumped up to Terminator, and he's out there. He's out there somewhere still. I don't know if he's crossed the Rubicon Primaris, but
not officially. But
this is like his his like third version, his third evolution. This is his Gengar.
I don't think we'll get him Primaris version because we got that other guy last edition. I don't think they're in a double dip. Tor Garadon, the same. Yes. I'm excited.
Hellfire Spray is very excited because she is our resident Star Wars Legion player expert extraordinaire, and she says she loved painting Dooku. War Squirrel says he likes your choice of Dooku. Who is he going to destroy in the speed paint challenge, Dan or Andrew? Let's talk about
destroy me
because you have indeed won a Golden Demon Award. Correct?
I specified.
Where is it? Is it in the room with you right now?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, sir. I specified that I wanted to challenge whoever last won. So that I can test
winning the last.
I can test my skills against the best, because that's only how we know who we truly are.
Oh, you're right about that. Yes, I am the best.
He's the best.
I'm just,
Absolutely. Brush Brethren says hello, Brush Brethren. Good to have you here.
Welcome.
Alejo Salamanca says, LOL, too good. I'm excited to see how this turns out. You got skills.
Let Andrew win. Oh.
Wow, yeah, because I knew. I was like, I don't want any of that smoke. So yeah.
You're point shaming.
A completely legitimate vote determined Andrew won. Yes.
That's par for the course. Ben knows what he got into. He's seen the show before.
Landmine says, "Who's this guy? He seems way too cool for the show. He is too cool for the show.
He is entirely
That's the man, cool Ben Counter
for the show.
This is the only arena in which I get to be cool. That's why I crave it."
Hashtag
so Ben,
with
canonically, what color is his cape? I'm gonna ask you all these kind of questions while I'm painting.
I mean, because Space Marines get involved in a lot of shooting and mud, so it probably changes quite frequently during the course of any given campaign.
I'm going red.
Red's great. Red works very well with yellow. I think. What company is he again? Is he Is he first captain or is he second?
Well, he's first captain, which means white. But
he can do whatever he wants. He's like
you wrote the book, man. You can do whatever you want. So now you can say purple.
I'm so
purple,
chill
and
about.
I'll say, well, Ben Counter said.
Purple and yellow works nicely.
Yeah.
I'll make you do green. I'll make you paint him yellow and green.
Oh god, that sounds fun.
I find I'm quite chill about the dogma of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote the Soul Drinkers, and every now and again, someone will say, you know, what's their like company colours and things like that, and I don't know.
You can say whatever you want. People will be like, okay.
I say they're not Codex compliant. You can mostly do whatever you want. As long as
I'm pulling up your book list here. Soul Drinker, Traitor, Inferno, Agents of the Imperium, the Space Wolf stuff, Cassius, Dark Angel stuff, a lot of Imperial Fist stuff, Space Wolves, Grey Knights. If you've heard about it, you've read it. Galaxy in Flames, and you did another Horse Heresy one, I think, too.
Yeah,
Galaxy in Flames,
Battle for the Abyss.
Yes, Battle for the Abyss. That's right.
Fifth one, yeah.
Something like that. All good, all solid books.
I've written a surprising amount about Rogel Dawn and his homies. Now
that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Yes, I didn't ask
them and the Grey Knights.
I didn't ask anybody else. Yes,
it's like 8 books and like 2 novellas of Imperial Fist.
Rogel Dawn and his homies. Or Squirtle says the Soul Drinker is very excited about Soul Drinkers. Bunch of stylers over here. Himmelev Flo Shinobi's in there. How's it going, man? Polar Muffin says for Dorn. Landmine says Galaxy in Flames, Ben Counter, question mark. Correct!
That's right. He'll be signing books at the end of the show. Stick around.
Yeah. Virtual
sign.
I did that once for special edition or something, and I signed 5,000 book plates. And there's like a massive wad of these.
What was it for? The Siege of Terra?
No, it was for.
You wrote for Siege of Terra, right?
Rockfist. No, I've done 2 books. 2 heresy books. This one was, I think, Arjak Rockfist, the Space Wolf one. I was really chuffed I got to write Space Wolves because I like those guys as well.
Yeah.
That's Dan's stuff down here. He loves Space Wolves.
They will have they will have their renaissance. I'm certain there'll be some guy in the studio who's a nerd for Space Wolves, and suddenly it'll be wolf. I'm wearing a wolf belt, riding a wolf with a wolf hammer and a wolf cloak.
All the time. Wolf claw, tooth. Nailed.
Yeah. And except this guy, he's Murderfang from Murder World with his murder claws.
You love writing for Games Workshop, don't you?
I love that stuff. It's completely insane.
You just make up the craziest shit you want, and they're like, "That's good."
It's this ultra-violent punk era satire, like Judge Dredd, and you just do anything. It's great.
That's amazing. Well, Ben, we have a tradition here on Heroes Rush Hour. If you're the guest and you're ready to paint, you get to tell us when you're ready to go. You can give us a countdown, or you can just yell it out. However you want to do it, it's all on you. We wait patiently for your guidance, sir. Anytime you're ready. Well, Andrew has left, so this would be the best time.
I'm here. I'm getting something. I'm right down here. I'm here. Hang on. Because you started talking about starting, and I'm like, I'm not ready yet.
Rat Pace says, I will be following along tonight while painting Dark Angels, Assault Centurions. I'll have everyone know. Awesome.
Assault Centurions.
So, remember,
we didn't say yet. Yeah, paint along at home. I'm sure Dan was about to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a lot of Dark Angels as well.
Use the hashtag. Dan will type it in. The hashtag. Post it on Instagram. I'll pull it up. I think one person did last time, which is upsetting for the amount of people we had. Paint along, even if you did something 3 hours ago. Post that. Use the hashtag. I'll pull it up.
We want to see it. Yeah.
Now I think about it, I don't think there's a single Space Marine chapter I dislike. There's no faction I dislike. I think the Tau are great bad guys and really hateable.
Oh yeah.
But I like them, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, they fill the role.
I pretty much like everything too. It's like hard not to, except maybe Ultramarines.
Yeah, I mean, Ultramarines.
Are you one of those guys? Are you one of those guys that doesn't like Ultramarines?
Ultramarines is the challenge. Ultramarines, it's making them cool. So my lockdown project was Ultramarines, and I found these 2 MiG paints, ammo by MiG, and it's dark grey blue and marine blue. And the dark grey blue is, I don't know why it's called that. It's this really nice, quite greeny blue, and they look really cool and aqua. And it's way more interesting than the generic blue, so they look way funkier. So the Ultramarines, the challenge is making them cooler than everybody thinks they are. And that's
I'd love to see him at the end of the stream if you have one handy.
I might go and grab one from like the cabinet behind me.
I just want to let everyone know that I'm experiencing a bit of distress here after I said that I didn't like Ultramarines. Percival says Dan is dead to me. Alejo says, "Oh no, Dan! Oh no!"
Oh, that's Alejo's babies. Baby Orange Boys.
I think I've written 2 novellas with Ultramarines in them, so they do. Yeah. I've done them.
yeah. Curator says, Dan, do you like the Iron Hands? Iron Hands are okay, I guess. Maybe, no. Percival says he wants it white that's actually white and not gray. I'm going to suggest this model color by Vallejo.
Vallejo white is awesome.
Yeah, this is like the best white I've ever used. It's fantastic, and it doesn't like turn into a big clump of bullshit in your pot like some
since
other
you wrote the books on the Soldier Ricans, can you tell me about them? They are Space Marines, but they are purple because there wasn't a purple chapter. The idea with the Soldier Ricans is that they come into conflict with the Imperium and end up saying the Imperium is awful, but
why would they say that?
We're going to try to uphold the ideals of the Emperor without kowtowing to the evil Imperium. And obviously, the entire universe hates them because of that, and they spend 6 books trying to walk this impossible third path, which I found very satisfying because they can never really win. They can never really win.
Yeah. That's so awesome. All right, are you guys ready? Andrew, are you ready? Are you done fucking around over there underneath your desk?
I'm never ready, but I'm in the presence of a giant, so I need to just do whatever he says.
Let's do it.
If you think they sound awesome, there's 6 books and a novella for you to indulge in.
Go buy the books.
There you go. Go buy some books.
This isn't just Ben. It's an hour-long commercial. We're gonna hype his books up the whole stream.
Go buy the books.
Buy Ben's books. That's what it's gonna be. Get it going.
Is everyone ready with their channel points? Oh, I gotta turn mine on.
Oh God, I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna get weird.
Yeah. Yes.
I am ready.
I'm ready too. Here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You may insert.
Get me some. I don't know if we got my my brush camera.
You mean my vote for Ben points?
Right.
Why did I agree to any of this?
Oh my goodness. You know what? While this is going on, I'm going to go ahead and make a little streamy bingo. So we have some streamy bingo to do here.
Streamy bingo.
I'm going to streamy bingo. So we can do a little bit of stream bingo. 1 minute squats for Andrew. Andrew, get your squats on.
What the? Okay.
You can't call them squats. That's their word now.
1 minute leagues of Votan for Andrew. All right, let me turn my timer on here.
Who redeemed that?
Sophie Wiley.
Oh my God. Freaking British.
I know, yeah. The British connection's coming through, dude. All right, I've started a new game of bingo. If you want to play, go ahead and click to the right of the screen where you'll see your stream bingo card. If you're on a mobile device, it's at the bottom of the screen underneath. Big brush guess, Ben. Will you switch to the largest brush you have for 1 minute? You're already using a pretty big brush.
This is the biggest brush I have.
He's already doing
4.
it. He's
already broke my model.
Did you break your model already?
I did.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Are you watching my time? I gotta stop this as soon as I can.
Yeah, you have about 8 seconds left here. Ben is already using the biggest brush he has, so he's just gonna keep using that big brush for. All right, you're done.
God. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
This shit.
So
I'll never financially recover.
Count Dooku canonically has a brown cloak, but brown isn't terribly interesting. So this is going to be his ceremonial red cloak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did I miss one? Guys?
The other character that I absolutely love from Star Wars Legion is Director Krennic, because I loved Rogue One. I think it's
one of the best movies.
It may be my favorite Star Wars movie. I think it's the best made.
Yes.
And he is a great bad guy because he's a very modern and very believable bad guy in that he's just an officious bellend. And they're exactly the kind of people that screw things up in the real world. So,
Andrew, 1 minute squats.
God.
Ben, sing a song.
Fly me to the moon and let me lay among the stars. Let me know what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand.
Classic chaotic energy right
In
Good.
other words,
Good.
darling.
I hope people are logging in right now and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
here. Who's this guy singing?
Andrew
What's going
Chugalog!
on? Sorry. Ugh.
Alejo Salamanca redeemed Tiny Brush guest Ben. Please switch to the smallest brush you have for 1 minute.
Smallest brush is
The
There's
smallest
one.
brush you got.
which
There you
is
go.
a 3-0.
Landmine says,
Fill my heart with joy, make me sing forevermore. You
Oh, I
are
love
all I long for, all I worship and adore.
Andrew, did
Don't
you
forget those
chug?
squats.
Did you
I
chug
did.
your drink?
Other
I chugged my energy drink.
words,
Now go blind.
please be
Who's doing this to me?
true.
Everyone!
In other words, I love you.
Oh, what number is Dan said fuck? You gotta tell me the number. Oh, if you're playing bingo along with us, let me know what redeems or events that I'm missing, and just tell me the number. You could say just the number, or you could say, you know, what it was, but make sure you put the number in there, and I'll make sure. Number 49, Blind Andrew, definitely happened. Yeah, let's do that. And whoever wins, I will send them something cool, like probably a Games Workshop gift voucher or something like that, which I sent to the last person that won, which I forgot. Was it Percival that won last time?
Percival won something, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I also owe fucking Polar something. Yeah. 63. There you go. You're done with your smallest brush. You can switch back to any brush you like, Ben.
Yep.
63 big brush was a thing. That definitely happened. Let's do that. Boom, boom. Called it. Caught it. Oh, it's locked. It doesn't want to work. There we go.
This is so upsetting.
CJ 1187 redeemed big brush guest Ben. Please use the biggest brush that you have for 1 minute.
Okay.
He was getting started in the detail. He was getting started on the detail.
It's good. Thank you.
Do it. He couldn't do it. Why isn't it letting me do it? Oh, come on, don't be a bitch.
I'm trying to salvage this. Those are some real critical squats and blind Andrews right there. Real critical.
That cape is so wet right now.
I know. I had to. I had to go super wet to try to save the coffee standing effect, which
Yeah.
My cape
gonna
is very, very moist as well.
There's some moist. You guys got some moist capes going on over there. Susura says, "I think I just want them to see them paint a thing." Is Drew painting a Space Marine captain? It's
I'm not. It's Darnath Lysander, the main character in the books that this gentleman wrote.
I wrote a book about him.
Not accidental.
It was a thing that's been done in honor of our guest.
It'll be an honor to lose, sir. Can I put my glasses back on? I can't see.
Yeah, it's been a while. All right, you're also done with your big brush, Ben.
All right.
CJ 1187 redeemed big brush Andrew. Andrew, please paint with the largest brush you have for 1 minute.
Finally, I can use the medium brush.
That's all I've wanted my whole life was a medium brush. There we go. We've redeemed Little Brush Redemption. Andrew whines 23. Yes, Andrew does whine. I think you're pretty much going to get that one every stream. Contacts, Andrew, contacts. Yeah, why don't you have contacts? Can you just not wear contacts?
Yeah, I get up early and I can't put them in. I'm too lazy.
Yeah. Do you have them, though?
Yeah.
I've never seen you. I don't think I've ever seen you really without your
You
glasses.
have not. I rarely wear them.
1 minute squats for Andrew. Andrew, please do squats for 1 minute, sir.
Who fucking did that? Southpaw guest. Use your other hand, Ben.
Yes, Ben, please switch to your other hand for 1 minute.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You do now,
Well,
buckaroo.
you can also sing us another song because L Fire Spray redeemed guests to sing a song. They love your voice.
I was a highwayman. On the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade.
Oh my.
Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. And the bastards hung me in the spring of 25.
Ooh.
But I am still alive.
Percival says, such a great song. Andrew is looking thirsty, says Sophie Wiley, and she's redeemed Andrew Chug-a-Lug, which I'm pretty sure he's already chugged his drink. James Abreu, you got any more to drink?
I was born upon the tide.
Let me know when my squats are up.
Squats are done.
See, I did abide.
62, switch hands.
I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico.
We're killing it with these redemptions, and the bingo is going hard. El Fire Spray says, God damn, I think she's talking about your voice, Ben. She's a fan. War Squirtle yells, Grim Dark. Good thing he didn't see the second blind I redeemed. Oh, did I miss one? Bunny Revenger is very impressed. This group is trying to get Andrew to do squats until he boots all over his mini.
Well, I'm capped out of squats. That was 3, baby.
That was 3 minutes of squats.
I think it's an ageist thing. Are they doing it because I'm younger than you, Ben?
Maybe. Oh, you're done with your offhand, Ben. I redeemed
Finally, I can wield Gorefather instead of Gorechild.
Percival says I redeemed it right.
We found out tonight you came up with the names for that, right?
I invented the name of Angron's axes.
Oh, that's awesome!
I am the reason he has Gorefather in one hand.
We have a veritable legend.
That's fucking awesome. No, I love that, dude. Yeah, fucking Gorechild. Come on.
Gorechild was Angron's. And I thought, because Angron was in the Horus Heresy, so Gorechild was Khan's. Khan is in the Horus Heresy, and I thought, ooh, what if it's one of Angron's axes, and the other one is Gorefather, and Gorechild's a small axe, because obviously Gorechild is just massive. No, the even bigger one, because he's Angron. So if there's ever an Angron miniature, which is a very real possibility,
yeah, and
he's wielding Gorefather, I am the reason it's called that.
It's
not. You hit it here first, folks. Angron model coming. Ben counter confirmed it. Post it to Twitter. Be sure to tag him.
Oh, there's that preview of
Pansy. Thanks for the sub. Oh,
there's that preview. Is it Warhammer Fest? They're saying the next preview, I think, is May the 4th or 5th or something.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it's going to be.
There's some giant winged thing, and it's probably a non-rubbish Demon Prince, because I think the current Demon Prince is absolutely ancient.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. Yeah,
but I'd love it if it was Angron. They just, oh yeah, by the way, boom, raw.
Polar Muffin says, "I'm literally painting Angron." Nice, very
sweet.
Cool. Right now,
he's called Angron.
Oh, father,
because he's angry.
Because he's so angry. Percival 429, thanks for gifting those. They went to Pansy Bear and L Fire Spray. There you go. Very nice.
How are we doing for time?
You have 49 minutes left, sir.
11 minutes gone.
11 minutes down.
He's good at math.
Hephaestus says, I thought they were called kin now. Isn't that what they are? Squats are called kin?
Squats.
I really hope they're not called kin.
Share those emotes, followers, says James Abraziel.
Kin is fine for an army of woodland creatures.
There you go. Oh, Andrew's getting the yellow on. He's getting his yellow.
I'm realizing now I have not painted an Imperial Fist in nearly half a year. It's been almost 6 months.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Enigma Painter redeemed. Andrew, speak in animal. Campfire redeemed. Guests, speak in animal. Please speak only in animal noises for 1 minute. I don't know what kind of animals these are.
I'm a turkey.
Yeah.
And I honestly think this is the best time for people to
when you get like
stream.
a shed full of turkeys, and then the reporter goes, "One of these turkeys will be spared this Thanksgiving," and then they all go.
Turkey's rush hour. What is this? A Shemp convention, says New Painter. Landmine says this is an octopus sound. Clearly, oh man, those two are coordinating their trolling. Team trolls. Very nicely done so far. We've only got 20 seconds left of turkey calls to make.
Well, I mean, compulsory turkey calls. We can just go on doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it as much as you like. Yeah, I mean, don't let me stop you. I want you to express yourself here at Heroes Rush Hour. It's all about finding what's really deep inside and just letting that out.
I do local theatre.
Yeah.
And for the first 3 or 4
done with animal sounds.
For the first 3 or 4 plays I was in, I was an animal of some kind.
Nice. Perfect.
So, and then the last.
Never a turkey?
I was a sheep.
Okay.
I was a non-specific jungle creature.
Mm-hmm.
I was a gorilla.
What is a non-specific jungle creature?
So it was in Seussical,
Not specific.
Okay.
and we were jungle creatures.
Okay.
And we were just like, we weren't, because it's Dr. Seuss, we weren't specific animals. We were just
Sure.
like, come up with your own jungle creature. And then I had a run of 2 or 3 plays where I was a madman.
Nice.
So I sort of.
So you weren't playing a character at all.
I joke that the director said, right, we need to have someone who's completely bonkers. We'll get Ben on it. One was the lead in Harvey, and then the other one was Renfield in Dracula, who is like the archetypal Victorian.
Yeah. Renfield's awesome.
I was rolling around on the floor and barking. It was great.
New movie coming out, Renfield, right?
Hydrate and posture check, everyone. Hydrate, posture check.
Oh,
Back out a little bit.
spine.
Have a sip.
Unfolding.
Let's spines cracking. Event 2 was called because we did, in fact, gain a sub. Awesomeness. Let's see what we got going on here. Dooku's looking pretty good so far. We got some skin tone going on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the base colors on.
You have 46 minutes left.
Excellent.
Reiner 72. Hey, Dandrew. Haha, you like it. It's like Benifer. Well, Ben is here too, so we got to try to figure that one in.
Yes.
Dandren? Bandrew?
Bandrew? Banjo.
I like Bandrew. That's pretty good. Andrew is still working on his yellow contrast, which is
I'm very much regretting this very ambitious kit bash I made.
The least exciting thing I've ever seen, but yes, very ambitious.
My God.
So here's the thing I don't like about that model, Andrew, is like that particular model, his back is like arched in a weird way, and his chest sticks out.
Somebody just sticks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Is he in Gravis? Is he in Gravis armor?
It's the Gravis captain that came with the set, right?
It's just a
Which
weird,
a lot of people have problems with.
Yeah,
I personally like it.
Oh, the first of the ones with the Death Guard.
Yeah, the first ever Gravis guy we ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's sort of
kind of
he's doing this. Yeah, it's a really weird situation. Man, a very threatening name. After bending over cleaning those headstones Saturday, I woke up Sunday morning and went to get out of bed and realized how old my body was getting, says Percival. I feel your pain, man. Anytime I do anything out of the ordinary, it's always like, oh, why does my arm hurt? Oh, it's because I was holding like some groceries or something in the store. Yeah.
Fun
while it lasts.
I started going to the gym as part of my cliched lockdown self-improvement program.
Okay.
And I recently had, doing push presses, I recently had the sort of rite of passage of the next day going, oh Jesus, my knees.
Oh God.
Campfire says, Dan, I don't have enough points, so will you install Andrew's paint job for free?
That's something Dan will do for free every stream.
I think I will.
You don't have to pay for that.
Andrew, it looks like you didn't drink enough water today, and then you pissed all over your model.
Last time I saw a model wasted this badly, Fatty Arbuckle never worked again.
Oh God, who's Fatty Arbuckle?
It's a really, really deep cut, classic golden age of Hollywood.
He went old school with
it.
And it's really.
Oh man. Yeah, it just looks like dark pea on there. Number 28, Dan is eating. Did I put a Dan is eating thing on there?
You better have, because you're always fucking eating.
Yeah, I did. I put Andrew or Dan is eating food. Well, I got these Sour Patch Kid jelly beans in there.
Yeah,
they're just
I'm
delightful.
all about that.
They're just delightful. So
anything Sour Patch, I will eat a bucket of.
How are we doing for time?
You have 43 minutes left, sir.
Okay, there you go.
Doing good. Doing good. I like to make sure that I have like all my base coats on probably about 15 minutes in.
Probably about 38 seconds in.
Well, about 38 seconds in. I am enjoying the show. You know what? When you have good guests, you have Andrew, who's okay. They're it just works itself out. They don't have to do a whole lot.
It's got nice flow. It's got nice rhythm.
Ben, I noticed the lower half of Dooku doesn't have a lot going on yet. Is it because it's black?
His uniform is primarily black.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to start with the highlights on it in Inky by Darkness, with it in anticipation of trying to put a bit more mojo into the black, so it isn't just, as you say, the undercoat.
The undercoat. Tiny brush, Andrew. 1 minute of your tiniest brush, Andrew. Do it now.
Do it. There is a Palpatine.
Love it.
There is a Palpatine in the Star Wars Legion. He's an old figure though. Oh, cool. He's an older figure.
But he checks out.
And I like Dooku more. And I wanted a potential leader if I ever actually play the Separatist army that I put together a while back. So I have 4 units of dirt robots, 2 of droidicars, and General Grievous.
Cool. I love this.
And if this goes reasonably well, I shall have sort of two characters and 6 units, which is a decent start.
I also have.
Have you played ever, or is this a new adventure?
I played intro games, but Legion's quite new to me. The one I want to play more, I played a couple of games of, is Crisis Protocol. One other possibility was a Crisis Protocol miniature, but I don't have like a new. I've got a couple of the core box ones which I'm repainting.
Yeah. Andrew, you're done with your tiny brush, but you have a 1-minute timeout. So stop what you're doing. Yeah, let your model dry a little bit. Take it.
People are savage tonight. I've got like 20 redemptions so far.
We're messing with you pretty good. New Painter says timeout for that joke.
But that's classic, man. It's an older model, but it checks out. Come on.
It was a good one. I was tempted by it, but I thought, you know what? That's a bit beneath me. I'll leave it.
Yeah, but it's not beneath Andrew. Don't worry.
Nothing is beneath.
Number 10. Someone redeemed channel points. Boom. Yep. There you go.
Someone redeemed channel points as a bingo thing.
That was one of the ones that like came built in.
Is null oil spillage on the bingo card?
Oh, I don't know if it is.
Spilled paint is, yeah.
Spilled paint, yeah. It was the dad joke of Star Wars joke.
Someone extols the virtues of Agrat's Earthshade on there, because it should be.
Not yet.
Back in my day, there was Devlin Mud. Back in my day, it was Devlin Mud.
How's my timeout, Dan?
You have, you're good.
And I remember talking to my friend about how Devlin Mud literally changed my life, and I realized it wasn't really a joke.
Well, Devlin Mud's fucking amazing.
It was a genuine revelation when it came out. If you care about this stuff at all, it was absolutely amazing.
Before that, people were using like chestnut ink and trying to get that to work.
Chestnut ink, yeah.
Chestnut ink. Okay, chestnut ink. The trick was you got some matte acrylic gel medium from an art shop, and when you mixed that in, a little bit of that mixed in with it, it meant that it didn't have the same surface tension. You didn't get a little key line around the edge when it dried. It was magic.
That's good stuff. Ooh, Andrew, truth or dare?
Truth.
All right, Spazgar 20. Ask Andrew any question. He must answer the truth. Think hard. Come up with something good. I remember back in the day, I was just mixing water with like the actual paint I was using and making washes out of that.
Yeah, that's what you do. And then they brought the inks out.
Yeah.
And we
it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best.
How astonishingly they stained.
Yeah.
And then it was the first washes, and a new era commenced.
Sophie Wiley says, using chestnut ink, was this before washes came out?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Chestnut ink was before you were born. I think.
Sophie.
Sophie.
They had a whole range of inks, but chestnut was the ubiquitous one.
That was the good one.
Yeah.
I think I still have a pot of one somewhere, like, distilled down to a sludge.
Yeah, it went with everything.
Squirtle says chestnut ink was the best.
Speaking of particular like life-changing paints, Retributor armor.
Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good goal.
I love Retributor armor because it's so bright and blingy.
Retributor. I would say
Retributor. I don't actually know. It's not a real word, so
okay.
But it's so bright and blingy.
It is. It's a nice shiny gold. Let me see. How's that truth or dare coming?
Spazgar, waiting for the truth or dare. Give him that truth or dare question. So remember, if you're the one that redeems the truth or dare, you get to ask the truth and you get to make the dare, depending on what we choose. Let me see. Awesome. Thank you. I use chestnut ink on my Lord of the Rings dwarves, says Worship. Yeah, they used to have that whole set of like all the different inks you could get.
They would be around when the first Lord of the Rings stuff came out.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Those were the days.
Yeah. I was in high school.
I was working in a shitty office in London. Well, no, not that shitty, just with no prospects in London.
Yes.
Way back.
They got samples of, they're a book-selling company, so they got samples of the first box sets, and I, as subtly as I could, begged to get to have the models.
Please.
A subtle beg.
They were much in demand, because that was the first time anything like that had been done. It was the first time GW did a license of someone else's stuff.
That's interesting.
Dooku is now whole.
He's together, and now he's more powerful.
Yes, he was trained. Yes, he
Twice
trained.
the pride, double the fall.
Twice the
Oh,
pride.
yeah. I'm just gonna quit Star Wars all night.
Sophie Wiley says, "LOL, Dan and Andrew showing their old age." You know we're old, Sophie.
Oh,
Bro, I'm so old. I remember when Kanye was cool.
Oh.
Oh. Percival says, "I probably have some of it in my closet with my original Warhammer stuff from, as Andrew said, high school."
Some of those old paints would last forever. Some of the old paint, I think they were released many years later under Code d'Armes. But some of those old paints, if you happen to have them, they're still good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And people want them. You can find those on eBay for a
If they're
decent
sealed,
amount of money.
Oh, if they're sealed, yeah.
A
People
company
might have an old army they're trying to match or something.
A company called Code d'Armes, I think, released. It was either the same stuff, as in it was the same factory
Right.
they were made,
Yeah,
or it
I
was the
saw
same
those.
formulation, and it was the old GW.
Like Goblin Green and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic
the
Goblin Green
classics,
in
yeah.
like the hex-shaped pot. That's where it's
Right.
at.
I'm talking even older than the hexagonal pots. Yeah, the old the first ever paint set I got was the Imperial Space Marine paint set, Rogue Trader era. I was 10 years old.
Nice.
Over there.
Should I do it, Andrew?
Definitely too young.
I said, should I do it, Andrew?
You should do it.
So I started playing in Rogue Trader. Hey, that's when I started playing. And also there was that paint that I'm always trying to ask people about. It was called Tin Bits. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Tin Bits?
Yeah.
No,
I remember
ever-
Tin Bits.
It's similar to Warplock Bronze in that it's a dark metallic brown.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
remember Tin Bits.
I would tell people about that all the time, and everyone would think I was insane. I'm like, no, like look like an oil slick on top of it. It kind of had this weird, like metallic shimmer to it, and it was like sort of in a dark. No one ever had any idea what I was talking about.
Really?
I remember
I put that shit on everything.
I remember the metallic paint set they did. They realized, wait a minute, you can do other metallic colors. And there was a green and a purple and a blue.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Metallic purple. Put purple on everything.
Called it. Warplock Bronze is hot. I'll be honest, says Polar Muffins.
Warplock Bronze is good stuff, yeah. It's good people. Yeah.
Landmine 40K
Time
says,
again.
circle white lids. You have 34 minutes left, sir.
34
You're,
minutes.
you're coming up.
No.
You're coming up close to the halfway mark.
Let's see.
I mean, everything looks really wet over there, dude. And
Yeah,
not-
34
I
minutes.
know the status of my model that's in front of me.
By 34 minutes, you should have a group of friends who discuss their favorite books together, not their favorite TV.
Oh no. Starting to panic, dude. All right.
That's my
Keep it
secret.
together, Andrew.
I was born
Keep it together. Alejo says, Andrew, you done effed up today.
I did. I got real ambitious with this. I'm like, oh, Ben, got this
If
on.
you don't, I've
Custom
always
model.
felt with miniature painting specifically, it's an arena in which I can try things which are probably too difficult for me,
Yes.
or that I
Absolutely.
haven't done before, or that are frightening to me.
I feel the
And
same way, but usually not in an hour.
If
on
I
live television.
if I
Hey.
mess it up, it doesn't matter because firstly, no one's going to see it. This isn't the ideal example, but
True. Yes.
Right.
no one's going to see it. And then the other one is, I can just stick it in Dettol and take the paint off and
start
start
over
again.
again.
Yeah.
Which is the I don't know if there's an equivalent product in the States, but it's this
Yeah.
brown.
Simple
It's this this brown disinfectant, and it smells like a hospital. And it's pretty good at taking paint off. So
Landmine-
I have models I've done like 3 or 4 times.
Landmine and Sophie Wiley has added a minute of overtime, Andrew.
Ooh.
Oh my!
So if we feel
Spazgar
bad
20
for-
says, what
taking
is
the
your
spot.
favorite Space Marine chapter, Andrew? I believe that's his truth or dare question,
Oh.
and I already know the answer to that.
I'm painting it right now, and there's a reason why Ben's on the show right now, because he wrote all the Imperial Fist books.
Because I was available to.
He was available at the time. He could give a shit about the Imperial Fist, but god dang it, I'm glad he did.
When I started with the Soul Drinkers, there were the only thing that was about them was their name, and everyone assumed that they were Blood Angels successors because they've got a Blood Angels sort of emo name.
Yeah.
I thought, nope, not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do something different.
Guys.
They're going to be Imperial Fists instead, and they're going to be like a bit of a, because the Black Templars were Imperial Fist successors who were a bit weird, so there was form for it. It wasn't like something that was out of keeping for them, and I wanted to be a little bit different, and it let me go on about Dawn instead of Sanguinius, which a little bit hipstery of me at the time.
Are the Soul Drinkers the ones that have the dude that has like 3 legs or like
spider guy, right?
8 legs. Their thing, and this happens towards about the middle of the first book. His thing is that they get sort of, when they split off from the Imperium, the forces of chaos go, "Bwahaha! Here's an opportunity to corrupt them." And one of the things is they get a bunch of mutations, and he has spider's legs because I thought that the image of him of a space marine, and then the lower half is a spider, was so cool.
That's that's
literally the reason.
Yeah. And that's Warhammer to me. That's
yeah. I did read one of those books.
Perfect. Yeah,
they're basically spider demons and psychers.
And he keeps on. This is started on the lead librarian, the lead character. He keeps on losing legs, so I think he loses 2 of them at various points.
Oh, jeez.
But he's still got in other forms.
Well, he one of them. I think 2 of them are bionic. One of them is bionic. So he gets them kind of replaced, but a couple of times one just gets ripped off. It's like, I've still got 6 legs, you son of a bitch.
Not a problem. 30 minutes left. You're officially at the halfway point, gentlemen.
All right. It's time to start slapping on some Reichland Flesh Shade.
It's time to start the magic. Yeah. Andrew, what are you doing? You're just sort of spinning your part around, looking at it.
I'm in pieces. I'm trying to decide what color this even needs to be.
You look like I feel like you're hitting this point where you're just at like absolute terror and confusion.
I'm in sheer confusion right now.
Yeah. Reiner72 says glorious. Reiner is unhappy about you beating him when he was on the stream, so I feel that he's just here to make sure that you don't win. He's here to gloat. Sarpedo's a beast, though, like he should for sure be a kill team mission. You buy a box set with just him and special rules in it. Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be an interesting one if they started doing kill teams which were individual dudes.
Yeah, and they're just like super fucking awesome and just kill everybody.
Yeah.
If the spider body could molt, it could just grow the legs back, says Paranoia.
Well, it's sort of spider. He's a mutant, so it's got 8 legs. But it's it's not a spider. He's not like a hybrid. It's a mutant, so there are no rules. It's
whatever.
One of the things about science fiction is you can just do whatever you want.
They could grow back like a lizard tail.
Yeah.
But actually, in the canon in 3rd edition, they said that it had to be a very specific thing, and it cannot change.
Another great idea. You're welcome, Games Workshop, says the
and the canon is sacred. It cannot change. And then the Tau turned up.
Right, yeah.
There you go, yeah. Oh, Reiner72 says he's quite bitter, actually, Andrew, so there you go.
We're going to see a book published by Ben in like a month, and it's going to have all these ideas we're talking about now, and we're like, ha! It was us all along!
It was our... War Squirtle has redeemed Truth or Dare guest. Ben, would you like a truth or a dare?
Truth, please.
War Squirtle, ask Ben any question. He will answer you truthfully. What's the last dare? I think one of us. I think I chose a dare, and I forget what I had to do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dares because chat gets weird.
I feel like the dare would be like just paint yellow across the top of your model.
Take your pants off and.
No, the dare will be like show feet.
Right. I'll do that.
I mean, I'm fine. Let's do it. Let me see. Soul Drinkers, true sons of Dorne, yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Without hesitation. There you go, War Squirtle. Oh, eat a spoon of salsa, I think it was. Yeah, was that?
Oh, that was good, though, yeah.
I think that's
you just wanted to do that.
No, we were doing that challenge board thing for a while that never really took off.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody basically paid me money to eat a spoon of that hot-ass salsa I made. And
if that's not what Twitch is all about, I don't know what is.
I mean, that's what the internet is for. War Squirtle says, yes! I'm not a total fan.
But yeah, well, Hundo P. The Soul Spear does not lie.
Perfect. 27 minutes left, gentlemen. It's going to start getting spicy.
It's going to be squeaky.
We got that overtime, right?
You got 2 minutes of overtime on the clock right now. So 29 minutes, technically.
Oh.
There's still, your model is still like just in pieces.
It's glistening. It's in 7 pieces. It's wet.
It's wet.
I realized that I gotta glue it together and hope that it's fully dry. Usually at the end it's like a little bit wet. I'm like, oh, cool, it's done. But now it needs to be dry for me to actually put it together.
Landmine says, Ben, what is that gray? What gray are you using right now, Ben?
Right, this is Thunderhawk Blue. So Thunderhawk Blue, it was used in I Like It as a highlight for Black, along with Incubi Darkness, as was described in the tutorial for Black Armor that was on Warhammer Plus.
Oh, very cool. That's a really good...
really liked that blue-gray for the armor.
That's very cool. Nerfo1, thank you for the follow and the first-time chat. They say, oh, yes, speed paint competition. Nerfo1, thank you for coming to the stream. Let's tell you all about the speed paint competition that we do here on Heroes Brush Hour. It's myself, Dan, and Andrew. We paint against guests. Tonight our guest is Ben Counter, who is a author of some of the Black Library stuff, also a Golden Demon winner, so this is going to be very interesting. But also,
real interesting.
We have 1 hour on the clock. We're at 25 minutes left right now. You can use your channel points to redeem strange stuff to make the painters slow down, such as switching to a different hand, switching from a large brush to a small brush, making them sing a song, all kind of other things. Look at the bottom of the chat window, and you're going to see all the redemptions that you can pull up, and you can use them to slow everybody down. Okay, I see all his labels have somehow been placed on backwards in some crazy manufacturing error that affected only the paint she bought. Incredible.
Oh no, I accidentally flipped his camera like that. It's mirrored, so the text can be backwards.
Okay, yeah. It happens. Number 1, gained a follower. Oh, we did gain a follower. We're also playing stream bingo right now, and I feel like a lot of events have happened right now. I wonder if anybody's close to bingo. If you win bingo, I'll send you a Games Workshop gift voucher because that's a lot of fun. And we enjoy that kind of thing.
That is a bingo.
Bingo. Hey, Andrew, be careful with that super glue you're jamming all over that thing. It's like you're holding it together and the mini is wet while you're trying to hold it. Oh no, you're trying to hold it together.
This is quality content.
Now the top is breaking off.
See, no, that's what fell off when I dropped it. See, and this is the kit bash.
Oh,
this is an intricate kit bash that I was like, hey, this is a good idea.
Oh,
and
great idea.
If I had a lot of time, it's like that's the Fafnir ran.
There's no reason there's no way that'll ever be a problem. There's no way.
Yeah, this is oh god. I'm gonna drop this at the end, it's gonna explode.
Yeah, just stop dropping stuff, man.
I can't.
I can't, it's who I am, Mom.
Ben is now applying some shades. Looks like he's going to work on the saber a little bit. The lightsaber is awesome. Squatting and painting, now a good idea with Kit Bash model. Spazgar 20, redeem. Blind Andrew. Andrew, take your glasses off for 1 minute.
I did want to see a tutorial on how to make light-up lightsabers on these figures using conductive paint. So you have, before you paint it, you put a little battery in the base. And then you have a little wire, and then you use conductive paint and paint like up the leg and along and all over the lightsaber.
That's what I'm trying to do with this guy right here. Actually.
And you, oh, cool, yeah. And then it's either on the lightsaber or it's like a tiny little LED thing. It's very intricate, and because you can't drill a hole and fill them with wires and batteries and stuff, you have to use conductive paint, which I didn't even know existed. But
that's crazy. No, that's really cool.
And it reminds me of when people would cast the Balrog in transparent resin and put a light inside it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when the models came out. That was pretty awesome. I think Games Workshop did that. Was that like a promotional thing, or was that somebody that did it?
I can't remember if they did it or if some mentalist did it, but it was like. As soon as it came out,
your blindness is over. Put your glasses back on.
Thank God.
As soon as it came out, like, oh, how do we make it light up?
That's very cool. War Squirtle, thanks for the sub. Little Paranoia says it just needs to set like overnight. Nerfo1 says, Father, I am your Luke. I like that red. Which is it? That looks like a Mephiston red, if I'm
This
not
is
mistaken.
Mephiston red. The base red is Galvorback red, which I absolutely love as a base for dark red.
I like corn red as a base for my red.
Okay.
Of course,
I was grabbing whatever's close.
Oh, he's painting the fist. Careful, buddy. Careful. Easy. I based my stuff with Mephiston. Are you doing Blood Angels? Buddy Revenger redeemed. Andrew Pictionary.
Fuck. Dan, give me a clue. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, tell me.
All right.
All right, everybody in chat. Andrew has to do Pictionary for 2 minutes. He can't start painting until you have guessed what his Pictionary is. So please watch what he's drawing, make some guesses. He has to draw for at least 2 minutes or until you've guessed. All right, that's a thing. Interesting. Interesting. Alejo Salamanca says hamburger. Nurse says sandwich. Landmine says potato. James DeBrazio says burger. Cheeseburger. There we go. You got it. Cheeseburger. You can start painting again. Goblin says patty, melon, McRib. Oprah Smash.
Ooh, McRib. That would be
yes.
good.
Pictionary. Oh, Ben, are you ready for Pictionary?
No, I'm not.
Too bad, sucker.
I need to get something to draw on.
All right, we'll let you do that, and then you let me know whenever you're ready.
Do I have a Sharpie somewhere? Oh, crap.
The Sharpie's best, yeah.
Right.
And now everyone's dropping in with the cheeseburgers. Yes, cheeseburgers is Nerf 01.
Hang on.
Take your time. Take all the time you need.
He's got to find something to draw and write with. Psychosis redeemed. Big brush Andrew. Andrew, switch to the biggest brush you have for 1 minute. All right, Ben. Tell me when you're ready. Andrew, mute us real quick.
Nice.
All right, everyone start guessing. He cannot start painting again until you have guessed what he has drawn or 2 minutes have passed.
I can't tell how obvious that is.
He's going. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if we can really see. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see it if you get closer. You're kind of choppy as well.
Yeah,
Goblin
his getting a little
says
choppy.
eggs. His face
Close.
cam is lagging like a biatch. It's close. It's close. UFO. Nope. You guys are close.
Yeah, this camera's a little choppy, so it's gonna be a trick.
Party. Nope. His main camera is choppy. Use paint cam. Yeah, they're asking you. Boiled eggs. Close.
Oh, there he goes. Face camera. I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah, there you go. Face camera is way better. Scrambled eggs is correct.
Yes.
Ben, you can start painting again.
Well done, chaps.
Well done. Scrambled eggs, potatoes.
That was a rough one, man. I had to think. The
I
only
think
way I
Dan's
could get
just
it.
hungry.
The only the way I can get it across
about
is illustrate the process.
Right,
of its
right. The egg,
creation.
and then the pot. Yeah. And
From
then
the Genesis in the ovoid form.
What does it mean to be an egg?
Dan's always hungry. That's actually true. Like
What defines
all
a
day.
scrambled egg? Is it the egg or is it the scrambling process?
Ooh,
Without the scrambling, is it just an egg?
just dropping everything.
You're still dropping stuff.
Yeah, I'm so
Dan's
stressed.
always
I'm
hungry.
sweating right now. Like
Salamanca
this
redeemed.
is
Hydrate.
double
Everybody
pressure.
take a little sippy sip. You
Jesus.
got it.
Right. Well, this technically has water in it.
Oh,
Perfect.
All right.
Well,
Time, please.
very philosophical. You have 18
Shit.
minutes left. And you also have-
18.
Oh God,
Minute
no!
break again. You also have 2
Oh,
minutes
no.
of overtime, so you have 20 minutes left technically.
No, it's the 18-minute.
Yeah.
Holy
18 minutes is a
shit.
lot of time. You
No,
technically
it's
have
not,
20
dude.
minutes. 18
Oh
minutes of
my
clock time,
God.
2 minutes of overtime. People could still add overtime if they want. Go ahead, check
Yeah,
down.
I think
below
they
the
need
chat.
to.
That is
Guys,
ridiculous.
it's great that we have Ben on, Black Library author. If you want to talk to him longer, get some overtime on there. Spend some time with Ben. Don't do it for me. Do it for Ben. Do it for yourselves.
Ben.
It's a Q&A he agreed to do.
Landmine has
just
added
get a lot
another minute of
There
overtime.
it is.
Hey.
Andrew, this has to be more stressful than a lesson observation at school.
This, so I'm the one that actually observes people. So
Oh, you're the guy. You're the
I
guy.
remember it's called the Ofsted inspection in the UK because that's the people that inspect schools.
Polar adds another
And
minute of overtime.
Whenever the Ofsted man came, suddenly everyone was singing in alphabetical order.
right.
Nice. Sophie Wiley says, I don't have enough points to add more overtime. War Squirrel says, I blew my points on Truth or Dare.
Worth.
Landmine
blew
redeemed,
myself.
add a minute of overtime. You're now at 5 minutes of overtime, Andrew.
Goodness me.
Okay.
I have to get
Okay.
some freehand on this boy.
Does that make you? Yeah, so that means
Oh, God.
Ben's gonna
I'm
look even
freaking
more
out,
amazing,
man. Yeah.
and you're just gonna
Oh
look
man.
okay as opposed
Mine's
to
gonna
like
look
a giant turd.
Not good. This is gonna be bad. I'm already regretting this.
I feel like you say that like every stream. You're like, I regret
do.
this.
I
immediately regret this. Why did I do this?
regret the stream.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Like, I'm seeing things that I just didn't paint. I glued the cape on prematurely. There's stuff under the cape I need to paint. This is a comedy of errors that is just turning into my life.
Percival says Ben will just start painting a second miniature.
He has a
Andrew
nice,
talked
he
about an
has a
hour ago.
nicely sculpted face. So Legion's miniatures, when they started out, were pretty ropey, honestly.
Yeah, they're soft plastic, right?
They were soft plastic. There wasn't lots of detail. The stormtroopers, for instance, in the starter kit, the starter box weren't that great. But then by the time we get to the later generation, they get way better. And Duke has got quite a cool, expressive face. He's got a good face anyway because it's Christopher Lee. But they've really sort of brought that out. I think Krennic had a good one as well. He was another big one.
Bunny Revenger redeemed guest timeout. Ben, you must take a 1 minute timeout.
I shall use it in centering my chakras.
Relax.
Oh,
center
good.
your chakras.
God, he's just better than me even when he times out.
Yeah, open the third eye. So Andrew's making me feel bad, says Bunny Revenger. That's why he gave him a timeout.
That's why
Don't fall for it, man, because every
I do
stream,
it.
Andrew does the same thing. He starts like whining and like, oh, it's too hard. Oh gosh, why do I
man.
do? Dan makes me do this, and I don't like it at all.
Dan is the worst.
That's a premature moist cape. Alejo says hands are shaking. Percival says the Han Solo comes to mind. Yeah, that Han Solo was pretty bad, wasn't it?
There's a scene in Attack of the Clones where General Grievous says, I was trained in the Jedi Arts by Count Dooku. So presumably Count Dooku says, what you do is you spin your arms around really quickly. That is... and you
Show you how to
basically
do it.
blend him.
All right, Ben, your timeout is up, but you must chug your drink. Guest Chug-a-Lug was redeemed.
I'm not going to be able to chug this entire monster.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
We believe in
Vomiting on stream is against the TOS. That's a
you.
specific
I don't know if it is. Take Ben's
Can't see
advice.
bodily fluids.
Take Ben's advice and strip the model when you're done, says Alejos.
It genuinely is in the TOS, along with shots for donations.
What?
Oh,
That's an actual thing that they put in there because they
man.
knew that idiots would do it.
Yeah, because somebody's done it before is the problem.
Yeah.
Andrew's whining has gotten worse as he's gotten older. Wait until he gets to 40, says Percival.
Oh, great. That's coming up.
Zycosa says, sorry, Ben, I thought you would have had an adult beverage. Cheers.
I'm afraid not. I am strange in nerd circles in that I don't drink. So
Well, I'm the odd man out here. Dan doesn't either.
I don't drink either, yeah.
whenever there's like a big convention, geeks just descend on the pub and drink all their beer. So they love it, obviously.
Right.
I don't. I'm weird.
Nothing
You know that
bad.
time when you're 13 or 14 and you're learning how to get drunk? I was surprisingly resistant to peer pressure. I was very strong-willed, but I was very rebellious, but only against other teenagers.
Ah.
Nice. I don't think I don't know if that's very common over there. In
I was
UK,
shocked
but,
when you said 13 or 14.
here's-
But the
I didn't-
drinking age there is lower than.
Yeah,
than-
it's lower?
It's 18.
18.
Yeah, it's 21 here.
Yeah.
Goblin says 13 or 14 in the US. No, he's in the UK. Just means your group always has a DD. See, that's one of the things that I'm not into is when people assume that I'm going to be the designated driver for them because I don't drink. Like, people have said that to me before, and I'm like, no, I'm going to go home. Y'all are going to deal with that shit, like, later on, because I'm not hanging
Uber
out just to drive your
exists,
shit. Yeah. Like, I had guys be like, well, Dan's here. He'll drive us. I'm like, look, man, I didn't get sober so I could fucking drive you around.
Yeah. I didn't stay sober so you could honk
Why
in the car.
did you, Dan?
Yeah,
If not
exactly.
that, yeah.
Exactly. And I've driven dudes, and I'm not doing this, and like throw up and stuff. And then I'm like, so this happened to me one time. I was TDY. We were all at the casino, and everybody's drinking. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hang out because I think people are starting to get a little rambunctious. I end up taking this dude home. He throws up all outside of the car because he's got his head out the window. He's just going for it. And then he like just slept in the next day. And I had to turn the cars back because they were all rentals. So here I am spraying fucking puke off the side of the car the next day. I was so mad.
I mean, if you're going to throw up in a car, I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. That's
but
much
yes,
appreciated. Yes. I appreciated it being on the outside of the car, but I was like, man, why am I cleaning up puke? And I was like, this is why I don't do this. That's why when people start getting drunk, I leave. I go home because I'm not dealing with it. Landmine says, TDY, Dan, what's that mean? Nobody knows. Temporary duty whenever you're working outside of town. I'm the same way. I don't drink and they just expect it. I always drive so I can leave when I want. Absolutely. That's the move, dude.
See, I found the key. I can't drive. I don't drive. When I started working, I was working in London. And if you drive in London, you're doing it wrong. And then when I moved back down here, down south, where I am now, I work from home. So I never needed to, and I never wanted to. So I don't have. I find that a way to avoid being asked to do things is to be useless.
To be bad at it.
If you're competent, you are expected to do stuff.
And they ask you to do more.
Yeah. I think it is a genuine thing in the military where it sucks to be elite because people just make you do everything.
Yeah.
Because you're good at it.
The better you are at something, the more responsibility you end up getting. Sophie Wiley says, I don't drink and nobody wants me to drive. I drive myself and I do drink. So good at making friends. You have been voluntold, says Percival429. Yeah, absolutely. You guys have 10 minutes of clock time left, and you also have 5 minutes of overtime for 15 minutes left.
Not nearly enough.
All right.
Painting time.
So I look at Dooku here. I think I'd like to get a bit of pizzazz on the lightsaber.
Oh, pizzazz! I need.
And then hopefully a little bit of extra highlighting
together
on the face and on the black.
It's time.
I have some wild eyed red.
James Abraziel says, great show, guys, but sleep calls. Good night, James Abraziel. Sleep tight. Namaste.
This wild ride red is almost solid.
Ooh, that's no good. Pizzazz, says Paranoia.
I'm gonna zhuzh it up. Zhuzh it up a bit.
You gotta have that pizzazz.
The old razzle dazzle.
You gotta razzle dazzle. You gotta do some dazzle, some razzle. That's good stuff.
Dazzle.
You're not gonna attempt to get some conductive paint on there in the next 10 minutes, Ben?
I mean, that could be a future stage.
This is the worst thing I painted on stream.
You think it's the worst thing? I disagree. You've painted way worse.
It's not even fully coated yet. I have 9 minutes left, and it's not even fully covered
You have
in paint yet.
about 15 minutes left because you still have 5 minutes of overtime coming to you.
Oh, I'm just stressing out so much right now.
That's too funny.
Okay.
Why would you be stressing out about painting against Black Library author and Golden Demon winner?
I forgot the face! Fuck! The fucking head! Oh my god! It's
bases and faces, dude.
Bases and faces. That's what wins. Why didn't you paint the face? Remember the Tech Marine you did?
in the corner. Remember the Tech Marine? Yeah.
No, that was bad.
Okay.
That Tech Marine was bad. New Painter says I'm tempted to call
bad.
Bingo 98. What's Bingo 98? Let's see. Did we do that one? Andrew mentions being a T. Oh wait, no. The guest finishes before time runs out. He's almost there.
He's kind of presentable.
It's Andrew's Manticore. Yeah, that Tech Marine was.
It's my Manticore. It's my Waterloo. It's my Manticore.
Now, I just want to say that the Manticore is the best thing I've ever painted on stream. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Was it a Manticore tank or a Manticore?
It was a Manticore, like some 3D print Manticore from like D&D that my buddy CJ printed for me. And there's not a lot of details on these 3D print models. They're pretty basic.
There it is. There it is on screen.
It looked bad. Yeah, throw some Manticores up on screen. Manticore deserves to be seen by the people. Remember, if you're a subscriber, you get access to special stream stickers that only you can place on the stream, on the screen of the stream. So go ahead and slap them down if you're a sub. Give us a Manticore. We want to see it. And there's also a Manticore emote. Posture check from CJ. Everyone, we're all hunched over with weird C and S-shaped spines. Manticore
Sound not unlike a volley of black powder weapons as the spine uncoils.
Oh. Andrew, did you get the face painted?
Alright, fuck the face, man.
You're just not gonna do it?
I'm gonna see what happens.
Is there a helmeted option?
There is, but I'd rather not. It's Lysander, and he's always bareheaded.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you would know, Ben. Come on.
You'd be surprised how little I do.
I love the idea that the authors of the books are like the authority on everything. When I'm sure there's reams of notes and style guides and things like that.
We don't have a specific style guide because there's so much literature produced about the world. You can just ask for the codex, but the editors handle the editors, and then they will sometimes ask the studio,
like sync it up and make sure it jives.
Yeah, they don't have the equivalent of the Jedi holocron because, as I said, they one of the main things they do is produce this material that tells you exactly exactly what the answer is. The thing I find is that I forget what I've written. So, Soul Drinker, the first one.
Like in previous books or in the same book you're writing?
Or both? Usually in previous books. So, Soul Drinker, if someone were to ask a question specific about the plot, I'm probably not going to know the answer because it was 20 years ago when I wrote it, which I still can't get over.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
And I have once forgotten someone was dead and had to edit it. Not before I sent it off.
It didn't go to print, right?
Yeah, no.
This was before I sent the first draft in. I thought, oh, tits, that guy's dead, and changed it. I learned that it is quite important to have not like a Tolkien-esque Bible, but some basic notes on what everyone's called and who's alive.
What's the Bible? The Silmarillion?
I don't know. I mean, I assume he had a massive body of notes that he used.
Yeah.
What's it called, Andrew?
I don't know if that was adapted into the
Silmarillion.
The Silmarillion. There you go. Yeah. A lot of my friends and peeps are all about Lord of the Rings, and I don't really know
hates
much
fantasy.
about it. I don't hate it. I just don't. It's not my preferred thing.
Lord of the Rings is odd in that it's both fantastical and very generic now.
Sure. Yeah.
We're so used to orcs, elves.
Yeah.
Dwarves, and it's not.
Been normalized.
It's fantasy, but it's not fantastic.
Right.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all. So that sort of D&D, you get it a lot with. Here's a brand new miniatures game set in the world of war, and where but our elves are different because they're Aztecs, and our dwarves are all wise, shamanic. Like, no, it's still you can do literally anything. Literally anything. And Warhammer Fantasy was almost it developed out of sort of Michael Moorcock LSD inspired late 70s lore and chaos.
Love it.
But it had elements of being a comment or a parody in the with fantasy being quite bright and clean.
The opposite of that.
The original Wolfrup, especially, was just. It was more like Monty Python and the Holy Grail than Lord of the Rings. Everything was covered in shit. Everyone was miserable. And it was very British in that sense, in that we will poke fun at things and it won't be, idealized and things like that. And now if you look at, let's say you find a dungeon crawling board game, a fantasy dungeon crawling board game, often I'm very put off by them because it's just elves and orcs.
Very basic.
And undead. And undead are cool, but a skeleton's a skeleton.
They're not changed very much.
Yeah, Corvus Belli, who make Infinity. I love Infinity's models. Infinity and GW, for me, do the best miniatures. They've announced a fantasy game.
Oh, jeez.
And they haven't shown off any models. But they've described some of the background, and it's kind of orcs and elves, and like I really hope it genuinely looks different to the next fantasy Heartbreaker.
But in a company like that, do you think they're going to take that leap when it's a safe bet to make the orcs and elves and dwarves?
Because people fucking love elves.
I don't know if it's that safe a bet when you've got so much competition, and when the biggest company has
you're not
deliberately moved away from it.
Yeah.
When the biggest companies, I think, said we're giving 50% of our shelf space over to this thing that only 20% of our customers give a toss about. So they blew up the world, and what they replaced it with was recognizably Warhammer, but not recognizably generic fantasy. Like it still has orcs and elves, but it's got mostly because they had to. It genuinely has things that are different.
It's proprietary.
Yeah, like the Daughters of Cain, for instance, I think absolutely rule because they're creepy Greek snake women, and that's awesome. And Marathia herself is amazing. Marathia herself absolutely rules. So Count Dooku is looking not bad.
Nice. Hey Andrew,
I need to compliment Sophie. I saw that come through.
Yeah, give Sophie a compliment. We love.
Easy
Sophie.
to do. She's old reliable. She's young reliable. She's our returning guest from the UK. Every damn stream, she's always here at like 3 a.m. It's ridiculous. But it's fantastic that you're here and consistently here, and always a pleasure to talk to and interact with. And Dan and I both appreciate it. And I'm sure Ben does as well.
Yeah,
I very much appreciate anyone who's able to support what you guys do, because I think speed painting is awesome, especially when it's that hour where it's a level of time where you have to make tough decisions, but you still get a decent looking miniature at the end of it. And I think that sweet spot is
I don't know if that's happening tonight, Ben.
No, you're added a minute overtime. 6 minutes of overtime on the clock. 1 minute of clock time left.
Holy shit!
I mean, I am talking, at least partly theoretically, but yeah, the ideal is where you want a good looking model at the end of it. I mean, there's yucks if it looks awful, but I find it's more satisfying if you have something cool.
Blind Andrew for 1 minute.
You fucking shit.
As I was saying to you chaps earlier, I would love it if GW or maybe someone made a kind of organized play for medium length speed painting, and it started becoming more of a thing. They developed how to judge it.
Right, in different categories, right? You could have, does it look the best? And
Psychosis redeemed. Did you Big Brush Andrew.
Fuck, Psychosis. I love that the people that live within 10 miles of me are all doing this to me. I know where you guys live.
What I've found is that this is very much the case with the theatre company I'm in. If you like something, if you like someone,
overtime starts now.
You really bust their balls to their face, and you're nice about them behind their back.
Yes, they're putting their balls in my face. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, Andrew, put your glasses back on.
Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute. I mean, you can leave off if you want. That's up to you.
I can. I've got to maximize my time. It's inefficient for me to put this paintbrush down.
You have 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the overtime clock.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to win this because
you're going to win it. You're going to win it, baby.
So sorry for me. This is
holy shit. Andrew has done. New painter has redeemed Andrew Pictionary.
Oh God. Tell me, Dan.
All right.
God.
Good job.
You can't start painting again until you have guessed, or 2 minutes have passed. You're at 4 minutes and 48 seconds. What the fuck?
It's not a dick. It's not a dick.
Add a minute of overtime. It's a stapler. That's correct. Andrew, you can start painting again.
That's a really good stapler.
They added another minute of overtime. You're back to 5 minutes here.
I did see someone had turned that picture of the Leagues of Votan and their sort of big display of lights and lines and stuff. And then the caption was, "How can you tell it's not dignity?"
Because it's another minute of overtime.
It's the Simpsons. Like everything PW do, someone memes it within 30 seconds.
Yes, I mean they wouldn't be fans of 40K if that wasn't the case.
It's affectionate mostly.
Mostly.
The I really liked the guy polishing Grimaldus' sword, and then the laughing Chaos Space Marine was very good. That was very good.
Yeah, you got that filter you can put that makes things like look like it has a big smile on it. All right, you guys are back down to 4.5 minutes after adding those minutes of overtime. Andrew drawing a dick stapler.
Ow, dick stapler.
Oh yes, you know.
Why would someone invent that? What possible reason?
Appearing in the next Soul Drinkers novel, the dick
Youch,
stapler.
says Alejo Salamanca. Yeah, I agree with you. The fact he had to say it was not a dick means he knows up too well.
You know that I'm a high school art teacher, is what you know.
It looks a lot like a dick.
Did you hear? I heard an anecdote about Lego tried to make a video game where you could just make stuff like Minecraft, but
sure
they
it
couldn't.
Immediately turned into dicks.
They couldn't find a way to stop people making dicks. They tried to make like an artificial intelligence that would recognize dicks, but they couldn't make it so that people wouldn't just get around it and make dicks everywhere. So they literally said, we can't make a game for children this way. We just can't. We cannot democratize creativity.
We're limited by our
if it's aimed at children because people are going to make dicks, and they just sort of gave up on it.
What if that was your job? If you're the programmer that's in charge of making the AI to recognize the dicks, you go home, hey, Mom, son, what did you do today? Oh, I made a computer that recognizes what a dick looks like.
Do you guys remember when they made that AI on the internet that like 4chan
turned it racist?
Yeah, like immediately, like 4chan went and just like said all the most horrible shit they could to this AI, and like the AI learned, and it was just like this. It was totally awful. It was so awful. Oh my god. I'm limited by the technology of my time, says Percival. El Firespray redeemed Southpaw Andrew.
Oh my god. How many redemptions have I gotten?
Oh my
He's
god.
already dead.
He's already dead.
Oh my gosh. You have 2.5 minutes left, Andrew.
Oh, this is just,
I'm so sorry. And then
I'm like shaking. I can't even think.
Minutes. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the overtime clock.
Where's my liberated gold? I forgot to protect my liberated gold.
Oh boy! All right. Number 36. Dan laughs hysterically. That is correct. I am going to go ahead and recall that one. That was a hysterical laugh because this shit is funny. Curator redeemed. Add a minute of overtime. You're back up to 3 minutes.
This is like one of those subathons that ends up 15 hours long.
Absolutely.
And the streamer has to bring in a friend. So
Psychosis redeemed. Guest timeout. Ben, you have to sit out for 1 minute. Oh, nicely done, Psychosis, in crunch time here. Oh my gosh. Things got nasty. Things was getting nuts.
Count Dooku disapproves.
I'm just trying to put it together at this point.
And I don't see any basing on that, Ben. I don't know if that's gonna count against you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, last time Andrew won because his opponent didn't. Yeah,
that's why I won.
Didn't base his bottle. No, it was the edge. The edge of the bottle. The base wasn't. The base edge wasn't painted.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
You gotta have it done. Add a minute of overtime again. Woo!
I'm gonna need a lot, boys.
You guys are at 3 minutes.
I don't know if that can save me, gentlemen. I appreciate the effort.
They at least want you to get
minutes.
it like put together. Is the thing?
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. They at least want you to get it put together.
Fantastic.
All the dick drawing made me remember about the ending credits of Superbad. Yes.
Yeah, the dictionary.
Yeah,
I do have this. If I'm gonna try basing, but I think that might be a bit ambitious.
Oh yeah.
This stuff is golden, by the way.
You should try it.
All right,
you should try it.
Your 1 minute is up, Ben. You can start painting again.
So, diorama stuff by AK is amazing. How many minutes?
We have 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock.
Can I do it?
Can you do it? Paint it white and call it Hoth, says Landmine.
Yeah.
Totally possible. Totally possible.
Hoth is one of the most common things. I think the most common one is Endor, because it's a forest. Because it's just a bit of California. but a lot of people do Hoth. There's a Snow Troopers are one of the miniatures.
See, I don't like the thing I don't like about Star Wars Legion is that certain like the veterans are specifically the Hoth Troopers, and I don't like that incongruity of it. If you want the army, I got some snow guys with my other guys
running around the woods.
They do.
I don't like it.
They later added Death Troopers and Shore Troopers from Rogue One, so they do have the other options for not generic Stormtroopers.
1 minute 30 seconds left.
Krennic lets you have more Death Troopers, for instance.
I see Andrew super gluing some stuff onto his wet paint. Geonosis for the clones, says Hellfire Spray.
Yep, that's another one, the sort of sandy. You know what, this is a Geonosis base, let's say.
Let's call it. There you go. Andrew's got it stuck to the base. That was a very, like, unsure of yourself whenever you let go of
it. It's plastic,
1 minute left.
paint, glue, it's not plastic on plastic.
Yeah,
so I really hope the plastic glue works on paint.
Yeah, 50 seconds left.
It doesn't matter.
I believe
nothing matters.
I believe in you. I believe in you, Andrew.
I've lost all faith.
I can't quit you.
And I can't quit you.
I lost faith in the system. Our system, or just the system as a whole?
All of it, just in
Evil Dead
everything.
512 says the Headless Space Marine. 30 seconds left.
Fucking head. Oh. No, there's
man.
no way.
With all these redemptions, we have not had a bingo. No.
30 seconds in a dream.
Shit.
15 seconds left.
No.
No bingo yet. Nobody's won bingo. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7,
shit.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over. Brushes down, gentlemen. Good work.
No, don't patronize me, Dan.
New Painter says the bingo card was very Dan heavy tonight. Yeah, I was getting a little nuts with it. Andrew, what happened, my man?
So, I think it came out pretty good. The shield looks okay.
Yeah, sure.
That checker pattern on the tilting shield took a while.
You did it great. Yeah, no,
that's cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I think I could win with this one.
Oh my god. Percival says I needed Andrew to sing. Let's see what you got there. Nice magic trick there, says Evil Dead. Let's see the actual reveal. Oh man, that looks nice.
Not put together.
That's a good looking. That's a good looking Dooku over there.
Like the paint's fucking still wet in the hood.
It's just like pools of yellow paint everywhere. Holy shit! And his head's still like on a stick. Well, you know the deal, Andrew. Ben, I know you're
Shut up.
using
I don't
your
need
phone.
to know anything.
I know you're using your phone for your camera. Normally, we take a picture of the model and we post it on our Instagram.
So I'll need to.
Your face camera's going away, but everything will be fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Just for a minute while you take a picture and post it on the internet using the hashtag #1 HOUR. You can see that in chat. Ben, 1 Hour Hero. Andrew, you do the same thing. And if you're watching the stream with us and you've been hanging out and you've been doing some work, we'd like to see the work that you have done as well. We're going to bring it up here and we'll take a look at it. Use the hashtag 1 Hour Hero that I put down there in the chat. Post it as a story on your Instagram. We'll pull it up. We'll take a look at it.
The true final boss is taking a decent photo.
Yeah, oh, dude, like my models look amazing, and then I take a picture. I'm like, oh, that looks.
It's a completely different skill set.
It's garbage. It's taken further away. That Dooku is one of the best models ever painted on the show, but I'm certain that Andrew will win the show. 100% sure. Oh.
I mean.
It will be kind of Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. That's
or the one where it's the best picture of a dog. And,
right. The frog. It was a frog, right?
It was a frog. That's
it.
Yeah. Bear in mind
this
was voted by the public. It's like a really nice sketch, and then just almost
like a 6-year-old.
The green circle, and like obviously that one won.
No.
Didn't the Bodie McBoatface thing switch back to they named like the dinghy or whatever on the
I
back
think
of the boat?
I think
or
the
the
issue with
submersible?
the issue with it was that it's an Arctic exploration ship, which is not the safest thing to do, and nobody wanted to phone someone up and say, "I'm afraid that your loved one died on the boat in the boatface." So they named it the Sir Richard Attenborough. And then they called the submersible on it Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's no law that said they have to obey this stupid thing.
Right.
Like they don't have to do this.
It was a nice idea.
I think personally it was the correct choice to honor the people's wishes, but not compromise the entire ship.
Integrity, yeah.
So
The vote goes wrong, we all get together and storm a Capitol building somewhere, says Evil Dead. Wow.
that's what we do in America.
We met how we went from the Zephyrs to the Baby Cakes, then lost our baseball team. What?
Yes, that's our minor league team.
Oh my gosh.
My God. Yeah, they voted on this is
America.
the caption.
Yeah,
the caption on Instagram is, "Do not vote for this." So please,
wow.
do not let this win against Golden Demon winning renowned author Ben Counter, who is still listening and able to talk.
I think
yes,
you
I'm
have a
still
couple
here.
of pictures.
Sorry.
Scroll through.
I'm trying to work out.
Scroll through what?
There
I
we
posted
are.
this.
That was the only picture you posted?
I'm not posting a carousel of this shit.
I'd like to see all the angles,
I would
maybe
like
a
to see
video.
the baby.
That's
It looks
just
about the same
dead,
from
man.
all angles.
Polar Muffin says, I did like nothing today. OMG.
Polar Muffin was painting the Angron with the cool axes here. We see
What's our hashtag?
Hashtag the number 1.
Yep.
HOURHERO. 1 hour hero.
Oof, big oof. Let's see.
Oof. He wants to see where all the paint is pooled. There was so much paint pooled everywhere on that. Amazing.
Posting.
Posting
Funny
now.
story. The hammer was painted prior to this. I primed over the shield and the hammer.
Ah, okay.
That should be on there now.
All right, take a look.
Let me take a look. See. Ooh, hang on. I see other people's stuff.
Cool.
Let me find. Oh, there. Oh, easy. Look at that. Look crisp. Look at that crisp highlight. Oh, Dan, did we lose you? We did. We lost Dan.
Oh my God!
Excellent.
The fish people got him.
Excellent. So Dan lost his connection. He'll probably be back. He might text me.
And in greater numbers.
And in greater numbers. I like this. I think this turned out great. Is that the AK texture you got on there?
Yes. Slapped on pretty thick.
I like it. I've got the Vallejo one, like the mud one, which I like a lot. But I like that. That's nice. That's just a sand, like a natural.
Yes.
Sand
So I use a sand, and I generally I either slap some Agric Earth shade on it and then dry brush it afterwards, or I just paint it a different color.
Is that's the basing model for your whole thing? Welcome back, Dan.
I don't know how I did that. I pressed something on my keyboard and
shut it down, baby.
closed everything. I'm over here trying to manage to start. Oh man, that's a good looking Dooku. Holy shit!
I know.
I have to,
great. Oh, wait,
I have to admire this real quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
man.
admire. Oh wait, is that a hint of black on the lightsaber right here? Look at that.
Oh!
That's unprofessional. Look at that.
That was
so poorly painted.
That was so
fantastic.
stressful. I just gotta mop my brow.
I love that the lightsaber has the gradient on it. It gets that lighter tip. I love the edge highlighting. The face is great. Everything's good. The highlighting on the fingers, everything's good. It's nice. The multiple edge highlights. You got the blue, then the white. It's crisp. I like it.
I wanted because he's mostly in black. I wanted to do something. I wanted to focus on the black. Otherwise, it will just look like the undercoat.
Has been started. Please check at the top of the chat window. You can
I'm gonna vote for Ben right now.
for
Hang
who
on.
is gonna win. We're trying to. We need to get his camera back up too.
Yes. When you get a moment, Ben, just come in with.
So
the camera.
mine's back on the call. I don't know if it's back on the stream.
Oh, hang on.
Oh yeah, he's back on the call. Turn it on. Turn it on, man.
Let me drop it.
We're showing off all the science.
Can you see my porn tabs open?
Yeah, all of them. There's some weird stuff in there. I mean, I'm not kink shaming you at all. I think it's totally fine.
There we go.
There we go. The poll has started. Let's see how the voting is going so far. Oh, we've got 12 for Count Dooku and 2 for Andrew.
2. But it's still early in the evening.
2 for Andrew. No, that's pretty
it's
good.
Still anyone's
2
game.
is pretty solid.
I got the pity votes. We see Polar Muffin painted this Angron here with, we presume, Gore Child and Gore Father. I'm not sure what the sculptor did in that, but that would be the very blades that Ben named himself. Hilariously.
Yeah, that was me. I did that.
That was all me.
I love that neck. Look at that thick.
You like that neck?
That's a nice large neck. Let's see if anybody else posted anything. Oh, I see some Necrons. Hang on.
Who painted Necrons?
I see Necrons. Awkward Bird Hobbies painted these. Oh, those look good. I'm fancying up the Lich Guard. I like the rusty bases. I like the rust on there. It really sets it off. So it's not just like all silver.
All right.
That's nice. Where are those bases from? Are those Necromunda ones?
15-3 so far. Andrew, I'm feeling good about this.
It looks to be.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
It looks to be like a Necromunda base. Ben went and got his gold demon. Where is it? Oh, he's holding it.
Yeah, he's holding it.
Oh, this old thing?
Oh, this?
How heavy is it? Is it metal? Is it resin? What is it?
It's resin. So it's not like an Oscar where you could like kill someone.
Okay, right.
You could.
I'd honestly, this
you just murdered me with it.
This sounds so cheesy. I would rather have a golden demon than an Oscar. Genuinely, this is like an Olympic medal for me. I was so happy when I won it.
That's incredible. And you said you got it 07?
2007.
A long time ago.
Games Day 2007, Warhammer 40,000 Monster or Fahrzeug, because it was Golden Demon Germany. Monster or vehicle.
Excellent.
Nice.
What did you paint?
It was the old Seb Purbet Nurgle Demon Prince.
Cool.
So Space Marine Nurgle Demon Prince.
That's awesome.
Still have it, I assume?
Yeah, still got it in my cabinet.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to see it?
Firespace says, Ben, you're savage.
Grab it. And grab an Ultramarine if you can.
Oh yeah, okay, one sec.
Landmine says, hello police, I'd like to report a murder.
New painter painted these 6 ninja looking dudes.
What are they? What do we got?
Crowbar. I see a crowbar. Is this marble? Looks like marble. I can't tell.
Marble? I don't think. Is that marble?
I see no. What is this? Is this like magic right here?
It's like a little swoosh. Maybe that is
the crowbar. Is this
cyberpunk? Explain to us what we're looking at here.
Malifaux. I just did some highlights. Yes, you did. Ben's back with his Space Marine. Looks like an Eliminator, I think.
You got to show those off on your phone face cam so we can see them.
Yeah,
he didn't have his headphone on. Yeah, you got to hold them up to your phone face cam because we don't have the downward face cam on.
Oh, look at that. I love that model.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
So that's like you said, an absolute classic.
Golden Demon winning.
Golden Demon winning. With the base using all of a zombie box.
Excellent.
And then
an entire zombie box.
Pretty much, yeah. And then various other bits of skeletons and wood elves and stuff. The Ultramarines. You probably can't see.
And you said this was your project for quarantine, right?
This was my lockdown project, yeah. So the blue is this one, dark grey blue from MiG. And then that's the base, marine blue, which was easy to remember. And then I mixed it up to that, and then their sky blue is a very top highlight. And that is one of the relic Terminators.
Do you play Horus Heresy at all?
No, but I'm quite tempted by the idea that there's just a massive box of old Space Marines. What I really want to do, and I don't know if I'll ever do this, but it might make a fun, because I don't play very much at all of any games. I play board games once a week with my mates. Apart from that, I'm a painter. And I really like the idea of, if we were playing 40k, I would be being Monkey Stomp right now. I really like the idea of an army which nobody else has. So something which is either converted or is based around a theme. Yeah. And I really like the idea of an Alpha Legion army.
Okay.
They're all from different chapters. So they've been airbrushed, different colours, and then they've got the same colour trim and metallic bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
but they're all airbrushed different colors, except they've all got
Hey!
the Alpha Legion shoulder pad.
Count Dooku has won 18-3. What a
Good.
surprise! What a surprise!
What a surprise! It's
I
still
did not.
wet. Mine's still wet.
Everything is as it should
Yes.
be.
All right, bye, Ben.
And they've all got an Alpha Legion shoulder pad, and they've all just bailed out of the chapters that they were embedded in, that they'd infiltrated and formed an army.
back.
Yeah. I really like that sort of idea. The Alpha Legion are the coolest because nobody knows what they're doing. They don't know. They're the sneaky ones, and I love that idea of that and an army which no one else has. So another one I've been working on. So I really liked the Eldar releases, and I like the Aspect Warriors, but only about half of them have current models.
Yeah.
So I made. That's one of them.
Hold them up top to the camera phone.
Yeah, I'll just get them onto the.
Okay.
Yes, right. So I made a squad of striking scorpions.
Oh, yeah, I'm curious to see that.
So this is Venari Blade guys. They're the Lumineth Realm Lord. Not Sword Masters of Hoeth, but they're Sword Masters of Hoeth.
Yeah, right.
I mashed them up with
the
Guardians box.
Yeah, okay.
So they got Guardian heads, and then there's chain, because the Guardian box has enough chainsaws to arm 5 of them. So they got the chainsaws, the pistols, and the heads, and then the Venari bodies.
Huh.
And so I made my squad of striking scorpions, and then I'm sort of very slowly doing that with the heads. I got another box of the Blade Lords, so I have enough heads to make 10 Dire Avengers, and then the remaining bits of the Guardians can get stuck onto the Blade Lords, the Blade Lords bodies, and make a unit of Fire Dragons. Because you've got the special weapons from the Guardian box. Another one I've been working on lots is Crisis Protocol.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get
That's
That's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Okay.
They got 2 versions of Doctor Strange. This one is sexier. Crisis Protocol is another range which started out okay but not great, and are getting better. And Doctor Strange is one of
the
these.
Sculpts, you mean? Like the miniatures?
Yeah, the sculpts and the quality of miniatures. And the game itself is more my sort of thing. It doesn't last too long. You've got about 5, 6, 7 miniatures each side. It's not massively complicated. It's alternating activations, so you're not sitting around on your ass watching for too long. So it's Marvel. I like them. I like the MCU. I'm not a huge comics nerd, but I like the MCU.
Yeah, the movies.
And they're slowly releasing almost literally every Marvel thing there is. So that's the other thing I've been working on. Is I've been doing a lot of and then I finally finished. That's Radikar, who I did a while back.
Yeah.
But I finally finished.
That guy's cool.
Cursed City. Radikar, he's got stripy pants. I had a kind of a sort of a weird burst of inspiration where I thought, I'm sick of having all of these unpainted models around, and
why not paint them?
I got all of the mass guys, like the bad guys you get, and I painted up all the individual name characters beforehand, but I had all of these guys left over, so I sprayed them black, and then used an airbrush to highlight them grey, and then white, and then slap a load of contrast over the top. The skeletons work the best.
Yeah, with all the texture,
guys,
yeah, sure.
These guys with the Blood Angel Red came out pretty well on them, and did the zombies and the bats and things like that. So I just for about 4 days, I just painted.
Cranked it out, huh? Yeah.
I just painted these guys and wasn't.
And
too
how good does that feel
how
to
they
be
looked.
done this set, right? To have a
So good,
set.
so good. I now have a complete set of Cursed City, which is like I don't know how many of those there are out there.
A complete set, like 6. Yeah.
That's the other thing that I really blitzed. So that's what's been on my table for a while. And I one of the things I learned is that if you want to avoid getting stuck in a rut and kind of gummed up with all of this crap that you got to paint, is you clear it off your desk. So I took everything off my desk. It's something as simple as the work area not being cluttered with stuff. I'm very messy and very lazy. So I just took everything on my desk, put it all in boxes, whether it was half finished or what, and just had Cursed City on it for 4 or 5 days, and got it done. And that felt really satisfying to have cleared that big project.
So what's next?
What's next is I'm working on an Armies on Parade board because I didn't get very many votes last year.
That's how it goes.
And I think I sort of know why. And I'm going to go.
You're gunning for it this time.
I'm going to go full ham.
You're going to do it.
It's Gene
starting now. That's early, yeah.
So I've done a few Gene Stealer Cultist characters so far. I'm just starting doing the squads. I got a squad of Atalan Jackals. And I'm going to make a crazy cyberpunk cityscape for them. So like a street with shops down one side, and I've got the action figure Space Marine, which I can make into like a statue. It's going to be riddled. And then I absolutely love, and this was very fortuitous, I absolutely love the buggies and the train for Necromunda, which are basically they're cool. Gene Stealer Cultist models in all but name. In that you just swap a couple of heads and they absolutely fit in perfectly. So I want like a Gene Stealer Cultist biker Mad Max gang. With I got an Atalan Jackal, I got the Jackals, I've got the Ridge Runner,
buggies and everything.
The buggies with the all-out buggies look great. You could even do the Flea Riders; they fit perfectly well as well. But the train is amazing. I want some. If you imagine Mad Max Fury Road. They're escorting this train with all of their fuel on it, and that's their sort of shtick. And it won't be a functional army, but it will be a biker gang.
It'll look it'll look awesome.
That's the important part. City. Yeah, I don't care if I'm going to win a bloody game with these guys. I'm never going to pay enough. I'm never going to pay enough Gene Stealer Cultist to have a 2,000 foot army. What the hell? So
they're telling you to make an 8 foot tall board. So
I'm
8 foot. Yeah, like a height is where it's at.
I'm going for height.
That's what wins, man. You look at every winning board; it's
always
tall? 4 feet tall.
Oh, I've got height. I've got like a multi-story car park type building that I made out of picture frames. And then I've got like a 3-story building with like windows, and there's a gun shop at the bottom, and there's a plate on the roof where they can put guns and stuff. I've got the Space Marine. One side is going to be like a big sort of side of a skyscraper, and then I want the back to be a black backdrop and then sprayed with like the spires of the city and then a kind of starfield behind it. I have it in my head what it's going to look like. Whether it survives contact with the enemy, I don't know. There's
like a fog machine and like super great.
That'd be great. If I could get like and I've got like an alleyway where I can put some trash and stuff. It's in my head. It's amazing.
Big plans.
And I haven't tried any of this stuff, so this is completely diving in.
Now that we all know what you want to do, we're going to judge the whole process.
I now have to do it. Now I've come out in public. I have to do it now. You're my counter buddies. Accountability buddies. So
and I'm going to check in.
Accountability, how's it going? Is it done?
You have deadlines.
The main problem is because I don't drive. How do I get it to the store? So I might have to.
How far away is that?
It's only about 15 minutes walk, but I can't transport it. I'm probably going to have to catch someone into giving me a lift.
You need a cart, one of those carts to the 4-wheel cart with the wheels on it. Boom.
It may be.
I'll dance a DD for you.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Awesome. Ben, like, we had a lot of fun having you on the stream. I hope you had a good time, too.
This is great.
You're absolutely awesome guest, man.
We'd love to have you back.
Yeah, if you want to come back.
Anytime you want to come back.
I can't make it too regular because it's... It's
late at night.
It's very late for you.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I now got Count Dooku. I've done my Count Dooku, so that's another project.
You have 2 award-winning miniatures.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. Maybe one a little more prestigious than the other, but yes.
I can honestly say that what is best in life, it is to crush your enemies and see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the lamentation of the women. So I can say that's definitely true.
Actually, his wife won't be sad. She knows that he loses all the time.
Yes.
We are looking to raid Salad Bum. It's literally a picture of a butt with salad coming out of it. and that caught my attention. And it looks like
Are
Salad
they-
Bum is painting.
When I played World of Warcraft, there was a well-known player called Bum Salad on the server,
Nice.
and it always
So,
stuck in my mind. That's such
maybe
an
they're
amazing-
maybe they're related.
We're about to find out.
This looks like he's painting some Eldar. I think that's Eldrad that he's painting. It looks pretty
Big
nice.
audience, or are we going to
Nice.
surprise this guy?
There's 7 folks on there watching, so we're gonna
Let's
check
let's
that
hype
out.
his ass up. Give him a
I'm
follow.
gonna-
Shout him out.
I'm gonna press the start raid button, and we're gonna remind everyone to buy Redgrass Game stuff. And I'm gonna thank Ben
Buy
Counter
Ben's
one more
books.
time, and buy
that much.
Ben's books.
Say bye, Ben.
Say goodnight,
Buy
Ben.
my books.
Buy his book. Goodbye.